Welcome back to the next session of measures of central tendency. We are in the process of discussing the properties of median. Now, look at the next point I have. Median can be computed. Median can be computed while dealing with a distribution with open-end classes. With the open-end classes. What is open-end classes? Sir, look at this. Marks less than 10, 10 to 20, 20 to 30, 30 to 40, 40 and above. And the number of students, frequency. Means when the lower limit of the smallest class and upper limit of the highest class are not defined, then it is called an open-end classification. For this type of distribution also we can calculate median. Next point. Median is the only average to be used. Median is the only average to be used while dealing with qualitative data. What is qualitative data? Which is not measurable. Data which cannot be measured numerically is called qualitative data. For example, popularity of a person cannot be measured. Tea drinking habit which cannot be measured. So these things which cannot be measured numerically is called a qualitative data. So when you are dealing with qualitative data, median is the only average to be used. Point number 3. Median can be located graphically. From Ohziv curve. Median can be located graphically from Ohziv curve. Okay. So these are the points which we have to know for median. Then let us move to the next concept, which is partition values. Partition values. The values which divide the given set of observations into some equal parts. Are known as Partition values are known as partition values. This is first point. Second point, partition values are of three types. First one is quartiles, second one is deciles, third one is percentiles. First one is quartiles, second one is deciles, third one is percentiles. Quartiles, how can we define? It is a partition value, or quartiles are the partition values which divide the given set of observations into 4 equal parts. Okay, so basically partition values will indicate what? How many values in the given set of observations are greater than a particular partition value, and how many values in a given set of observations are less than the particular partition value. Okay, so look at this. First is reading quartiles. The values which divide the given set of observations into 4 equal parts. 4 equal parts are known as quartiles. Even though quartiles are dividing the given set of observations into 4 equal parts, there are 3 quartiles only. Second point, there are 3 quartiles only. There are 3 quartiles only, known as, let us write, there are 3 quartiles only, denoted by Q1, Q2, Q3. Respectively. Look at this. If I represent the given set of observations on a number line here, that is when I arrange the given set of observations in increasing order, then Q1, Q2, Q3. Q1, Q2, Q3. This way, these are the 3 partition values we are having. So Q1 is having a value. Q1 is having a value. I will compare the value of Q1 with the values of given set of observations, and I will come to know how many observation values are less than the value of Q1. How many values are less than the value of Q2 and how many values are greater than the value of Q2. Similarly, you can compare how many values are greater than Q3 and how many values are less than Q3. Q1 is known as first quartile or lower quartile. Q1 is known as first quartile or lower quartile. In a given set of observations, comma, 25% of the observation values 25% of the given set of observation. In a given set of observations, 25% of the observation values are less than Q1 and 75% of the observation values are greater than Q. So how can we write 25% is less than or equal to Q1, Q1 is less than or equal to 75%. In short, how can we remember this? 25% of the given set of observations are less than the value of Q1 and the Q1 value is less than 75% of the given set of observations. Okay. Q2 is known as second quartile or middle quartile. Q2 is known as second quartile or middle quartile. In a given set of observations, in a given set of observations, 50% of the observation values, 50% of the observation values are less than Q2 and 50% of the observation values are greater than Q2. In a given set of observations, 50% of the observation values are less than the value of Q2 and 50% of the observation values are more than Q2. The value of Q2 coincide with the median. The value of Q2 coincide with the median. So you can write this as 50% of the observation values are less than the value of Q2. This is less than 50%. This is less than 50% of the given set of observations. Next. Q3 is known as upper quartile or third quartile. In a given set of observations, 75% of the observation values are less than the value of Q3 and only 25% of the observation values greater than Q3. In a given set of observations, 75% of observation values are less than the value of Q3 and only 25% of the observation values are greater than Q3. So you can write this as 75% is less than or equal to Q3. This is less than or equal to 20. Okay. Let us say this. Q1, Q2, Q3. 25% of observations lies from the beginning to Q1. 25% of the observations lies from the beginning to Q1. 25% of the observations lies from Q1 to Q2. 25% of the observations lies between Q2 and Q3. Here also I'll write between. 25% of the observations lies between Q1 and Q2. 25% of the observations lies between Q2 and Q3. 25% of the observations lies after Q3. This you can write n by 4 observations are from the beginning to Q1. N by 4 observations are between Q1 and Q2. N by 4 observations are between Q2 and Q3. N by 4 observations are after Q3. Now, in case of frequency distribution, we have capital N by 4, means total number of observations we are considering N by 4, or you can say summation of F by 4. N by 4 observations lies from the beginning to Q1. N by 4 or summation of F by 4 observations lies between Q1 and Q3. Again, N by 4 observations lies between Q2 and Q3. N by 4 observations we have after Q3. In case of cumulative frequency, from the beginning to Q1, N by 4 observations we have. From the beginning to Q2, N by 4 plus N by 4. N by 2 observations we have. From the beginning to Q3, N by 4 plus N by 4 plus N by 4. This is 3N by 4. 3N by 4 observations lies from the beginning to Q3. Remaining is a total. This way you can represent these values. In case of individual observations, small n by 4. In case of frequency distribution, it is n by 4. And again, this third one is in case of cumulative frequency. Cumulative frequency means your counting is always from the beginning. Next, deciles. Deciles. The values which divide the given set of observations the values which divide the given set of observations into 10 equal parts. 10 equal parts are known as deciles. The values which divide the given set of observations into 10 equal parts are known as deciles. There are 9 deciles denoted by D1, D2, D3, etc. D9 such that D1 is less than or equal to D2, D2 is less than or equal to D3, etc. less than or equal to D9. There are 9 deciles denoted by D1, D2, D3, etc. D9 such that D1 value is less than or equal to D2, D2 value less than or equal to D3, D3 value less than or equal to D9. Now, in a given set of observations, 10% of these values are less than or equal to D1. D1 value is less than 90% of the observation values. 20% is less than or equal to D2. D2 value is less than or equal to 80%. etc. 10% of the observation values are less than D9 and the D9 value, 90% of the observation values are 90% of the observation values are less than or equal to D9. D9 value is less than or equal to 10%. Similarly, we can define percentiles also. The values which divide the given set of observations into 100 equal parts are known as percentiles. The values which divide the given set of observations into 100 equal parts are known as percentiles. There are 99 percentiles only. There are 99 percentiles only. Okay. This way you can represent or you can define the partition values. Once the definition of partition values are over, then we have to discuss about the calculation of partition values. So one point for here is partition values can be located graphically from OZ curve. Partition values can be located graphically from OZ curve. Next, calculation of partition values. Calculation of partition values. How to calculate the partition values? First one, for individual observations. For individual observations. First point, arrange the given observations in increasing order. Arrange the given observations in increasing order. Find the rank of quartiles, comma deciles, comma percentiles, respectively. Calculate the rank of quartiles, comma deciles, comma percentiles respectively as follows. Rank of quartile is equal to size of I into n plus 1 by 4th item, where I is taking the values 1, 2, 3. Here when I replace I with 1, I'll get the rank of first quartile. What is meant by rank? With the help of rank, we are identifying where it lies. Again, I am repeating this point. With the help of rank, we can identify where it lies. Once we identified its position, then we can calculate what is its value. Rank of decile is equal to size of I into n plus 1 by 10th item, comma, where I is taking the values 1, 2, 3, etc. 9. There are 9 deciles only, so we can calculate the rank of 9 deciles. Rank of percentiles is equal to size of I into n plus 1 by 100th item, where I is equal to 1, 2, 3, etc. 99. Here n is equal to number of observations. N is equal to number of observations. N is equal to number of observations. Okay. Next, for a discrete series, for a discrete series. Arrange the given observations, given set of observations in increasing order. Arrange the given set of observations in increasing order. Calculate less than cumulative frequency. Calculate less than cumulative frequency. Calculate less than cumulative frequencies, you can say. Calculate n by 4, ni by 10, ni by 100 respectively. When you are calculating quartiles, I will take the values from 1 to 3. Here I is equal to 1 to 3. Here I is equal to 1 to 9. Here I is equal to 1 to 100, 1 to 99. Okay, it is a generalized concept. But when you are calculating quartiles, I value will be from 1 to 4. Sorry, 1 to 3. And when you are calculating deciles, I will take values from 1 to 9. When we are calculating percentiles, I value will be 1 to 99. See a value which is just greater than, which is just greater than, which is just greater than ni by 4, ni by 10, ni by 100 in cumulative frequency column. The corresponding values of the variables. The corresponding values of the variable. The corresponding values of the variable are quartiles, comma, deciles, comma, percentiles, respectively. For continuous series. For continuous series. Arrange the observations, arrange the data in increasing order. Arrange the data in increasing order. Calculate less than cumulative frequency. Calculate less than cumulative frequency. Calculate Ni by 4, Ni by 10, Ni by 100 respectively. See a value which is just greater than Ni by 4, Ni by 10, Ni by 100 respectively. In cumulative frequency column, the corresponding classes are known as quartile, decile, percentile classes. Respectively, and are obtained by and are calculated as follows. Qi is equal to L plus H by F into Ni by 4 minus C. I is equal to 1, 2, 3. L is equal to lower limit of the Qi class. H is equal to width of the class. F is equal to frequency. C is equal to cumulative frequency preceding to the Qi class. Di is equal to L plus H by F into Ni by 10 minus C. Here I is taking the values 1, 2, 3, etc. 9. Pi is equal to L plus H by F into Ni by 100 minus C, where I is equal to 1, 2, 3, etc. 99. Where I is equal to 1, 2, 3, etc. 99. So this way we can calculate quartiles, deciles and percentiles for continuous series. Okay, sir. Let us see some questions on this. Following are the wages of the workers in rupees. $82, $56, $90, $50, $120, $75, again $75, $80, $130, $65. Find Q1 comma Q2 comma Q3, D2 comma D4 comma D6. Let us calculate these 6 partition values. Let us calculate these 6 partition values. Or here I'll take up only 3 values, remaining I'll take up in the next question. Don't worry. Now what is the process for calculation? Arrange the given set of observations in increasing arrange the given set of observations in increasing order. So when I write it is 50, 56, 65, 75, again 75, 80, 82, 90, 120, 130. Now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. N is equal to 10. Rank of Q1 is equal to size of n plus 1 by 4, fourth item. This is size of n means 10. 11 by 4th item. 11 by 4th item. Now 11 divided by 4, this is 2.75th item. This is size of 2.75th item. Just we identified the rank here, where it lies. And one more point is 2.75 is not a whole number. What does it mean actually? It lies after second and before third. So value of Q1 is equal to, separate this integral part, second item, plus 0.7 into third minus second. So second item is what? After arranging the given set of observations in increasing order, 56, plus 0.75 into third item is 65 minus 56. 65 minus 56, 9 into 0.75, 6.75 plus 56, 62.75. It is rupees 62.75. So this is the value of Q2. Next, rank of Q2 is equal to size of 2 into n plus 1 by 4th item. So this is equal to size of 2 into n plus 1 by 4th item is 2.75, 7/5 item. 2.75 into 2, 5.5. This is size of 5.5 item. Again, it is not a whole number, but we identified or we located where Q2 lies. Value of Q2 is equal to 5th item plus 0.5 into 6th minus 5th. So what is the 5th item? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 75 plus 0.5 into 80 minus 75. So 75 plus 2.5. 5 into 0.5. 2.5 plus 75. 77.5. It is in rupees 77.5. It is in rupees. It is in rupees 77.5. This is the value of Q2. So one more left over, that is Q3 value. Rank of Q3 is equal to size of 3 into n plus 1 by 4th item. This is size of 3 into 2.75th item. N plus 1 by 4 is 2.75. So this is 2.75 into 3, 8.25 item. This is size of 8.25 item. Again, it is not a whole number. No problem, sir. We identified or located where it lies. Value of Q3 is equal to, separate the integral part. Separate the integral part. This is 8th item plus 0.25 into 9th minus 8th. 8th item 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 90 plus 0.25 into 9th minus 8th. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 9, 120 minus 8. So this is 40 into 0.25, 10. 90 plus 10 is equal to rupees 100. Therefore, value of Q3 is equal to rupees 100. This is the way of calculation of partition values in case of individual observations. Okay, sir. That's all for this in this remaining. I'll continue in the next session. Thank you.